Modern Warfare 3. Once again, an entry in this ever-rotting franchise that Infinity Ward, and friends in this case, basically finished, and Sledgehammer walked in to claim they actually made something as they ran it into the ground. I already know about the campaign, there will be something about that in the Ragecrafters obviously, but to put it short, I have a feeling there was a ton of corporate bullshit that created that mess, as even though I'm no fan of Modern Warfare campaigns as a whole, I find them hollow and unfinished at the best of times. Modern Warfare 3 somehow transcends that feeling and asks you to pay AAA price for an unfinished plot that robs you of one of the few redeeming qualities of the original trilogy, and shats out last year's PvPvE mode in an attempt to be both an open world game on some level and try to cash in on the, at the time, extraction shooter craze. Something that isn't over, but thank God is starting to taper off. Now, only if the same thing would happen with roguelikes, because who doesn't love a studio abandoning their vision for a game and replacing it with a trend to try and make money, only to fall flat and end up even less notable than the original game would have been? No, I'm not salty about Star Renegades, not at all. Either way, this isn't a Ragecrafters, so I'm just going to go through a few bullet points since most of the footage for these reels is intact, a few instances of the lost footage are noted, and there isn't anything horribly game-breaking to talk about aside from the following three things. SMG of the Week. You'll hear this in some commentary when my friends and I talk about the game, because yes, there is some commentary in these unlike the Modern Warfare 2 reels. Is it well balanced audio-wise? Not really, I'm gonna be honest. I've evened out what I can, but some of it can be rough. SMG of the Week is basically referring to every season of Modern Warfare 3 having an SMG added, which isn't really unique to Modern Warfare 3 itself, as has happened in MWIII and Modern Warfare 2 to some extent, but in the latter of those two examples, Infinity Ward actually tried to balance things a little bit. We won't talk about MWIII here. That it is. In Modern Warfare 3, Sledgehammer either intentionally or was directed to make each new SMG specifically even more broken than the last, while nerfing most other weapons in the game aside a few that were gifted immunity like the MCW or MTZ-556. This happened all the way up until static HP was added, and as with all previous iterations of this trend, the static was basically all you'd see in the hands of tryhards, switchers, and CDL wannabes, perfectly replicating what the TAC-56 and Vaznev did the year prior, only artificially. This wasn't the worst thing ever, but I don't expect this phenomenon to disappear anytime soon, as it's far too profitable to sell Twitchers a new gun every month, backfeeding into the game as all their viewers want to dominate lobbies using broken math. It usually doesn't actually help said viewers, as broken math and mods are no substitute for actual ability and organic learning, but it'll still happen next year all the same, and the next after that. Bullet Wobble. Bullet Wobble is pretty simple. Basically, the added health and abysmal balancing in Modern Warfare 3 create a greater issue with weapon unreliability than that in Modern Warfare 2, and it's for some pretty simple reasons. Modern Warfare 2 had a pretty even but lightning-quick time to kill, meaning weapons had room to operate even with high recoil, slow handling speed, and less than perfect accuracy when ADS. In Modern Warfare 3, this last item was increased, with more of the new weapons having less than perfect ADS accuracy, instantly making some of them borderline useless, like the Sidewinder, which already had extremely slow projectiles on top of it. Sometimes this would be fixed in a weapon, again like the Sidewinder. However, at times weapons had this property added to them as a nerf, most specifically burst damage weapons, and most prevalently the longbow. This is also why you'll hear Bullet Wobble replaced with Longbow Syndrome, sometimes in commentary. Ammunition economy. This is a pretty simple one that probably won't come up much. Most people probably also know what it means at a glance, so this will be short. Ammo economy was not well balanced in Modern Warfare 3, and frankly the health rising at 150 was never handled well when it comes to ammunition stores. Whereas 3 magazines in Modern Warfare 2 was more than enough to get any streaks you needed if you landed your shots, most weapons in Modern Warfare 3 still had around the same ammo reserves until around Season 4 Reloaded, creating issues both securing kills efficiently and running out of reserves, which both had created an overbearing burst damage meta in Season 2 that led to extreme nerfs. There's little to nothing else to this, but it's the reason why I gravitated towards burst damage weapons and LMGs before LMGs were also rendered completely useless. Modern Warfare 3 was an interesting game, in some of both the best and worst ways possible. Honestly, interesting ideas like aftermarket parts, the ACS, and EOD grenades were overshadowed by constant meta issues that Sledgehammer just never bothered to even try ironing out. No wonder other studios were handed balancing in Modern Warfare Zombies, as they couldn't handle a singular mode in the game that was essentially handed to them on a platter. And yes, I know, most times you'd hear me talking about corporate oversight ruining the game, but honestly, I hate Sledgehammer and all it's done over the years, so in this case, I don't actually care what the real problem is. Sledge should be relegated to a support studio that isn't attached to writing, design, or balancing in any way. Probably replaced by Raven.